So beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. And as you know, we are spreading news as they come. We're going to share ideas. I'm going to bring you the news and you put in the comments what it is. Well, today we have interesting news for you. So in the wake of the election 2024, with the president-elect Donald Trump waiting to swear in, VP Kamala Harris took the stage to congratulate President Donald Trump. And this is what she said.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Thank you all. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So let me say, and I love you back. And I love you back. So let me say, my heart is full today. My heart is full today, full of gratitude for the trust you have placed in me, full of love for our country, and full of resolve. The outcome of this election is not what we wanted, not what we fought for, not what we voted for, but hear me when I say, the light of America's promise will always burn bright. As long as we never give up and as long as we keep fighting. To my beloved Doug and our family, I love you so very much. To President Biden and Dr. Biden, thank you for your faith and support. To Governor Walz and the Walz family, I know your service to our nation will continue. And to my extraordinary team, to the volunteers who gave so much of themselves, to the poll workers and the local election officials, I thank you all. Look, I am so proud of the race we ran and the way we ran it. Over the 107 days of this campaign, we have been intentional about building community and building coalitions, bringing people together from every walk of life and background, united by love of country with enthusiasm and joy in our fight for America's future. And we did it with the knowledge that we all have so much more in common than what separates us. Now, I know folks are feeling and experiencing a range of emotions right now. I get it. But we must accept the results of this election. Earlier today, I spoke with President-elect Trump and congratulated him on his victory. I also told him that we will help him and his team with their transition, and that we will engage in a peaceful transfer of power. A fundamental principle of American democracy is that when we lose an election, we accept the results. That principle, as much as any other, distinguishes democracy from monarchy or tyranny. And anyone who seeks the public trust must honor it. At the same time, in our nation, we owe loyalty not to a president or a party, but to the Constitution of the United States. And loyalty to our conscience and to our God. My allegiance to all three is why I am here to say, while I concede this election, I do not concede the fight that fueled this campaign. The fight for freedom, for opportunity, for fairness, and the dignity of all people. A fight for the ideals at the heart of our nation, the ideals that reflect America at our best. That is a fight I will never give up. I will never give up the fight for a future where Americans can pursue their dreams, ambitions, and aspirations, where the women of America have the freedom to make decisions about their own body and not have their government telling them what to do. We will never give up the fight to protect our schools and our streets from gun violence. And America, we will never give up the fight for our democracy, for the rule of law, for equal justice, and for the sacred idea that every one of us, no matter who we are or where we start out, has certain fundamental rights and freedoms that must be respected and upheld. And we will continue to wage this fight in the voting booth, in the courts, and in the public square. And we will also wage it in quieter ways, in how we live our lives, by treating one another with kindness and respect, by looking in the face of a stranger and seeing a neighbor, by always using our strength to lift people up, to fight for the dignity that all people deserve. The fight for our freedom will take hard work, but like I always say, we like hard work. Hard work is good work. Hard work can be joyful work. And the fight for our country is always worth it. It is always worth it. To the young people who are watching, it is... I love you. To the young people who are watching, it is okay to feel sad and disappointed, but please know it's going to be okay. On the campaign, I would often say, when we fight, we win. But here's the thing. Sometimes the fight takes a while. That doesn't mean we won't win. That doesn't mean we won't win. The important thing is don't ever give up. Don't ever give up. Don't ever stop trying to make the world a better place. You have power. You have power. And don't you ever listen when anyone tells you something is impossible because it has never been done before. You have the capacity to do extraordinary good in the world. And so to everyone who is watching, do not despair. This is not a time to throw up our hands. This is a time to roll up our sleeves. This is a time to organize, to mobilize, and to stay engaged for the sake of freedom and justice and the future that we all know we can build together. Look, many of you know I started out as a prosecutor, and throughout my career I saw people at some of the worst times in their lives. People who had suffered great harm and great pain, and yet found within themselves the strength and the courage and the resolve to take the stand, to take a stand, to fight for justice, to fight for themselves, to fight for others. So let their courage be our inspiration. Let their determination be our charge. And I'll close with this. There's an adage an historian once called a law of history, true of every society across the ages. The adage is, only when it is dark enough can you see the stars. I know many people feel like we are entering a dark time, but for the benefit of us all, I hope that is not the case. But here's the thing, America, if it is, let us fill the sky with the light of a brilliant, brilliant billion of stars. The light of optimism, of faith, of truth, and service. And may that work guide us, even in the face of setbacks, toward the extraordinary promise of the United States of America. I thank you all. May God bless you, and may God bless the United States of America. I thank you all.
All right, so as you know, she competed and it didn't go well for her. She had less than 270, which is the cutoff point to win the election. So she lost, and she congratulated President Trump. President Biden, who's the current president of the United States of America, also called President Donald Trump, assuring him that it'll be a smooth transition and that he won the election, and congratulations, essentially. Also, other presidents have also shown their solidarity. Others are not so happy, but those who are happy, like the Israeli president and prime minister, also expressed their congratulations to President Donald Trump. Also, more on the election. A lot of business tycoons and business moguls have wished success to the president. First of all, Sundar Pichai, who is with Google, said, "Congratulations to President at real Donald Trump on his decisive victory. We are in a golden age of American innovation and are committed to working with his administration to help bring the benefits to everyone." Also, Satya Nadella with Microsoft said, "Congratulations, President Trump. We are looking forward to engaging with you and your administration to drive innovation forward that creates new growth opportunity for the United States and the world." Some Altman with OpenAI said, "Congratulations to President Trump. I wish for his huge success in the job." Tim Cook with Apple says, "Congratulations, President Trump, on your victory. We look forward to engaging with you and your administration to help make sure the United States continues to lead with and be fueled by ingenuity, innovation, and creativity." Mark Zuckerberg said, Congratulations to President Trump on a decisive victory. We have great opportunities ahead of us as a country. Looking forward to working with you and your administration. All right, so to the next story we have here. So the next story is a very sad one. We have a lady who jumped into the Niagara Falls with her kids. She had 2 kids with her and she jumped into the Niagara Falls. The Mirror US says the bodies of a mother and the 2 young children who tragically died after the mother jumped from Niagara Falls may never be found. Shanti Means, 33, stepped over the guardrail on Luna Island on Monday night, taking her 2 children, Roman, who's 9, and Mecca, 4 months, with her. According to authorities, the powerful currents could carry their remains hundreds of miles from the falls. Despite days of intensive search efforts, police reported Wednesday that their search and rescue operations were unsuccessful. It's not uncommon for those who die at Niagara Falls to remain lost, swept away by the force of 3,610 tons of water cascading every second. Reported Wednesday, previous cases have shown that the falls currents can carry bodies far downstream. In one instance, last year, a man who went over the falls was found 140 miles away in Lake Ontario years later. For Means family, the heartbreaking reality is that they may never have closure of a recovery. Means, a domestic violence worker, allegedly penned several Facebook posts under the name Diamond Scott in the weeks before her death. I wish somebody would love me because the man that's supposed to does not, she wrote last month, mere days before adding that she was sick of irritation, anger, sadness, and rage. In another post dated October 1, she wrote, according to the New York Post, "Everyone please leave me alone. I'm in love with my daughter, father. I want my family back. Respectfully, IDGAF what I said about him before or what anyone else thinks." Family and friends and family members of Means spoke out as they expressed shock over what happened. This is a very, very sad situation where a mother of 2 drowned in the Niagara Falls. She jumped into the Niagara Falls with 2 of her kids, and it is reported that prior to that, days leading up to that, she had made Facebook posts under her Facebook name Diamond Scott. Leading to that, she had made Facebook posts under her Facebook name Diamond Scott, and she decided to choose to drown with her kids. Unfortunately for the family, this is a horrible news, but even much horrendous is that they may not find her body ever because of the current and how far the force of the current washes or takes bodies out of the Niagara, and the fact that it can wash up thousands of miles where it might not be detected. This is so sad. This is a sad situation here. It is imperative for us to be close to each other, to talk to each other. Looking at the posts, I am not going to conclude on anything, but you could tell that she was battling with depression or symptoms of that nature, and it gets to a time where you think nobody can help you. You fall into helplessness, and that you think the way out is to take yourself out. I am so sorry for the Means family. Oh my goodness, I don't want to imagine what heartbreak and what hurt you guys feel right now. This is the worst nightmare for anybody. Sincere condolences to you guys, to each and every one of you. Nobody knows what you're going through, and I'm not going to pretend to know how hurt this story is making you feel, and the possibility that she and the kids may never be found. So possibly there will be no closure, and this is so heartbreaking. Also, this story led a lot to speculate that she unalived herself and the kids because of a man. Judging by the Facebook post, people went through it and said it was because of so and so. It was because of his daughter's father why she did that. However, the family have come out and debunked that. The family is stating that that is not the case. People did not know their family member, the late means, and that it was way deeper than that, what people are making it out to be, and that she was battling depression. And I know that if they knew this was going to be the outcome, they would have really held her 247 by their side. And that is a very, very, very sad situation. That is a very unimaginable situation. All right, so it takes us to Walmart. We have two sad stories from Walmart. One that is fairly known, fairly popular, and the other one that is also happened recently and also making waves. So a Walmart employee shot, killed by accused shoplifter, authorities say. So a Walmart employee, while on his duty, approached a young man who he thought had shoplifted, confronted him, and guess what? The shoplifter, the accused shoplifter, upped a weapon and then pew him, killed him. Unfortunately, unalived him. That is so sad. That is so sad. So this happened in Wilmington, North Carolina. A Walmart employee in southeastern North Carolina was shot and killed after confronting a man accused of shoplifting from the store Saturday evening. According to officials with the New Hanover County Sheriff's Office, several employees tried to stop the 35-year-old Dean Michael Newman from shoplifting when a fight started. Newman pulled out a gun and fired one shot that hit the employee, Mark Thomas Paz. Paz was pronounced dead at the scene shortly before 6 p.m. It's not fair that he's gone, said Susie Burkett, one of his closest friends. He was at work. He was at Walmart working. You would think your workplace is a safe place, but how do you know that's not going to happen again? Paz's friends want him to be remembered for who he was and not as a victim of a senseless act of gun violence. They said he was a true gentleman and a friend. He was a friend to everybody, no matter who you are or what you did. He was a friend. He'd give you the shirt off his back. This is a sad news that you doing your job, trying to look out for your job, could end fatally, and not against the suspect or the person who committed the crime in question, quote unquote, allegedly committed the crime in question, but the employee who tried to stop it from happening. This is so sad. We live in a world where you really need to see everybody as dangerous before approaching. You need to see every situation as fatal before approaching, because who would have thought that going to work in the morning, doing your duty as an employee, and also trying to stop a crime from actively happening would lead to a casualty like this. This is so sad. Our condolences goes to Mark Thomas Paz. This is a tragedy, and man, if that is investigated and this is exactly what happened, I wish that Newman, the guy that pulled the trigger, will face the full rigor of the law, because you can't commit a crime actively, you confront it, and then take this route as the way out. I hope he's prosecuted to the full extent of the law. This is so unacceptable. This is so sad. Man, you have to be watchful when you're going out now. You have to look left and right. You have to look out for signs that are not that are not normal, people that act weird. All these things are telltale signs of being situationally aware, because we really need that. And coming to America, I've realized that is something that can save you a lot when you're someone that usually goes out, when you're someone that usually are in a lot of social spaces, because a lot of people are not as normal as you think. People are dealing with stuff that you may not know. People have planned stuff against the masses that we do not know. So we have to look out for telltale signs. We have to be mindful of strangers. I'm not saying don't go help someone that needs help, but we also have to be mindful. This is extremely sad. So 35-year-old Dean Michael Newman made his first appearance in court Monday morning following his arrest Saturday evening on charges of first-degree murder and possession of a firearm by a felon. So in this case, he was a felon. And if you know, in the USA, if you're a felon, you cannot own a firearm. You cannot own a firearm. You cannot possess a firearm. You cannot be in possession of a firearm, near a firearm. This guy who was shoplifting was a felon, owned a firearm, and did damage with it. So he's facing first-degree murder charges, possibly. First-degree murder is premeditated murder. That could lead you to life imprisonment, or in some states that have the death penalty, you may face the death penalty. So it means you planned the attack, went through with it, and succeeded in executing the plan, which is murder. The New Hanover County Sheriff's Office said a fight broke out Saturday at Walmart located in Monkey Junction after several employees attempted to confront Newman once they suspected him of shoplifting. So, in this case, it wasn't just the employee. There was a lot of people around, the surroundings. They saw him shoplifting. They confronted him. Hey, what are you doing? Put that down. Do this. Do that. Well, it didn't end well for the employee that was part of the people that tried to get him to stop shoplifting, and that is so sad. So this guy is facing first-degree murder charges. Newman allegedly pulled out a gun and shot one Walmart employee, Mark Thomas Paz, who was pronounced dead at the scene. No one else was injured during the incident. Newman was appointed a public defender at his first appearance and will be held in custody under no bond on the charge of first-degree murder. So he's held without bond. He's held without bail. You're going to be in till we call your case, till you appear in court. Nobody is going to pay money for you to be a free man for a few minutes or for a few days or weeks till you come back to court. No, you're staying here. You're staying in jail. Yeah, there's no bond. So he'll be held under no bond on the charge of first-degree murder, awaiting his next court hearing on December 21. This is so sad. Condolences to Mark Paz, and may his soul rest in peace. Next Walmart story. This is fairly known and made waves a few weeks ago. It's about a Walmart employee that was locked in an oven and sadly passed. So questions surrounding the death of the 19-year-old Walmart employee who was found in the bakery oven remains unanswered. So it's still unsolved. They're still working hard to find out what happened. Gosimaran Kaur, I'm sorry if I mispronounced the name. I don't mean to be disrespectful, but I'll have it up here. An immigrant from India was burned to death at a Walmart bakery location at 6990 Mumford Road in Halifax, Nova Scotia on October 19th, according to a GoFundMe created by a Maritime Sikh Society executive. Kaur and a mother had worked at Walmart for 2 years, organizers said. The mother became worried when she didn't hear from or see her daughter around the store. Unlike their usual check-ins, the mother eventually opened a walk-in oven to find her daughter's charred remains. Oh my goodness, how depressing, how devastating is this to look for your daughter at your place of employment, at your workplace, not find her, and be the one to discover her charred remains in the oven. Hey mom, this is going to scar her for the rest of her life. This is going to be so devastating. If you're an immigrant, you know that the bond between immigrant families are very deep, because you're coming from one part of the world to another. You're coming from one point to another. All you have are each other. So sometimes as immigrants like to work at a certain place, we like to go certain places together. We're trying to figure out the whole society and everything, trying to make as much money as we can to the processes, and to find out that one of you, or especially your daughter that you work with as a mom, died in this horrendous way. I can't imagine how devastating this news is. The mother became worried and so the mother eventually opened the walk-in oven to find her daughter's charred remains. Organizers shut down the GoFundMe on October 25th after raising over $139,800. We want to express our deepest gratitude to everyone who has donated to support Gersmeran Kaur's family during this unimaginable time. They wrote, "Your kindness and generosity have been a source of strength for the family as they navigate through this tragedy. We want to express our deepest gratitude to everyone who has donated to support Gersmeran Kaur's family during this unimaginable time. At this time, we have decided to turn off donations as we begin the process of distributing the funds to the family. Your contributions will help them in their next steps, and we cannot thank you enough for standing with them during this painful period." The fundraiser page said Kaur's father and brother were in India at the time of her death, and they were trying to get to the US. It is unknown whether they ever arrived in America. Multiple attempts by Newsweek for comment from the Maritime Society have been unsuccessful. A Walmart spokesperson said in October 23, "We are heartbroken and our deepest thoughts are with the associates and their family. Our focus remains on taking care of our associates and making sure they have the support they need. As police have stated, this is a very complex matter and the investigation is ongoing. The store remains closed until further notice." The Walmart spokesperson has directed subsequent requests from Newsweek to the Halifax Regional Police. On October 31st, a spokesperson for the Halifax Regional Police told Newsweek that any public updates on Kaur's case would be shared on its website and social media. At the time of publication, there are no updates. So this is a story as reported by Newsweek. They went over, spoke to a few people, they were directed to the police department, and the police department says if there are any updates, it will be shared on their page and their social media handles. This is so sad. This is extremely heart-wrenching. Yes, so we had a lot of bad news for you today. Our thoughts and prayers go to the families of Miss Means, of Mark Thomas Paz, and of Kaur. We really send our deepest condolences. Guys, we have to take care of ourselves. All we have are each other. If you look to the right and see your dad, if you look to the left, see your mom, you see your spouse, you see your kids, you see your family, know that all you have are each other. The amount of love you receive from these people are unsurmountable. They have to be cherished each day because we do not know when we're going to say goodbye. So please, and please again, let's take this serious. Let's hug. Let's kiss. Let's tell our loved ones how much we love them each passing day. Let's protect. Let's serve. Let's be vigilant. Let's be each other's keeper so we can have a better life and better moments while we are still here. Thank you so much for joining me. And this has been another day of news. So we'll meet you another time with updates, with whatever is happening, and I'll see you later. Adios. Bye.